Fabian Jauregui. I'm from Mexico. I got my master's in wine business, Executive MBA at Sonoma State. My experience getting the EMBA at Sonoma State was really good. I was coming from another university that I got accepted in the East Coast, and the experience there was not that great. So I decided to look for some university or some school that can actually treat me like a human being, like a person, and not just a number or not just a dollar bill sign on my face. And at the same time, I was looking to get my master's degree in a very unique and a specific field, which is the wine business, because I worked there for a while in Mexico. And I found Sonoma State to be not only the best option, but the one of the only universities that actually was able to speak with a human at my introduction, that I was able to visit before, that I was able to check with all the professors, with the teachers, with the staff, and to actually know what it would feel to be moving to the US just to get the master's. And Sonoma was the best option, honestly, from day one. I felt a really good connection because I got all my questions answered by Nikki in the first interview. And although I was coming from Spanish speaking country, she was patient enough and she was caring enough to explain every single detail about the masters and provide me all the information that I needed. And not only that, she connected me with a bunch of people that are already here, or they already finished their master's, so I could get more information about the process. And that was super helpful for me, because of course I was making not only a move just to another college, I was moving countries, and with me was my wife and my pets. So this was a huge step for me. At the beginning, it was really hard just to take the decision, but after talking with Nikki and the team and the staff at Sonoma State in the Wine Business Institute, it was very simple just to know that this was the university that I felt right for me. One other thing that I really loved about this program is that it's not only theory or just hey, get your classes and learn something and go home, but it also has this leadership component in it that it's very focused to try to make you a better human being, which is completely unexpected to me to receive from a foreign university. So they basically do two things that I really fell in love with. The first one was a sailing trip, which was, at the beginning I thought, man, it's great, this is perfect for bonding with making some connections with other people, we're gonna get some drinks and whatever. And it turned out to be a super impressive experience for me. It taught me a lot of leadership things about myself. I was able to learn a bunch of stuff for myself in that trip with all the exercises that we did. And I was able to appreciate and to be completely surprised, and say, well, if this is the beginning, I just imagine how it's going to be the rest of the masters. I was the generation that started in person, and then COVID hit, and then we got impacted. So we transitioned from person classes to online classes, which was hard at the beginning, but it was hard for everybody. I can assume that. And there is also another trip, a professional trip that happens not at the end, but almost at the end of the masters, which we didn't do because of the pandemic, but it provided us with a very big insight of what's the program about, not only on the US but outside, and that was the most impressive thing for me, to say, hey, yeah, we probably didn't go to the trip, but we actually did a project for a company outside the US, which was for me was really good, because me being the international guy, I was thinking, okay, this is important to know that, okay, that there is another areas in the world that produce wine, and it's very impressive how they do it. The US, it's impressive, completely impressive. But when you combine that learning with something from outside, it's really, really good, and it helps you a lot. So I know that the new generations, the new cohorts are going to be taking that trip, which is great. And it actually helps you learn and grow as a person. And that's really, really important for me. I honestly, I didn't want to just get into a class and hear somebody talking all day and then go and have to pay for that. I was looking for something, and this process helped me transform myself, helped me not only to learn a bunch of stuff from the theory and the wine industry in the US or just business, but it also taught me in how to become a better professional, and how to develop abilities that I probably have forgotten and apply them to the real world. So it's really, really good. I mean, I nobody's paying me to say this, of course, but I'm very happy to share this because I know that this is the way that people would know that this is a program that it's actually worth it. I was working in Mexico. I owned a few companies, and I decided just to move to the US after 6 months of traveling, just to get my master's on the weekends. And after a few months, I decided, okay, let's move. Let's try it there. Let's see new worlds. Let's learn new things. Being an employee after probably 8 to 10 years of being my own boss. This was a huge step for me because it helped me to become a little bit more humble and to understand a bunch of stuff. But it also pushed me to the border to say, hey, I can do this, and there is paths to do this in the right way. For example, I was able to get a position working at the school for a while. They'll help me. The staff was super helpful, and they were all thinking of me because they knew that I was looking for something. And as soon as they got me something, I decided to move to California. So I moved, and after graduating, I was super stressed because I graduated in probably the worst times that I could graduate, in the middle of the COVID. But luckily, after 2 months of being on the hunt for a job, I was hired to be a marketing and engagement manager for Sonoma County wine growers. This is a commission, an organization that is really powerful in the whole Sonoma County, and it helps not only the growers with their fields and stuff, but also the workers of the fields, which is also very special for me because, as you know, there are a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the fields, and to be able to be part of that and communicate their needs and stuff like that, it's very, very good. But Sonoma State helped me a lot to follow the path, the right path, because there are certain specific dates and deadlines that you need to achieve. And if you're on your own, it's gonna be tough because it's complicated. But thanks to the staff, the really good staff at the Wine Business Institute, and also at the School of Business and Economics, but especially in this case, at the international department, they helped me a lot. So I was able to work here I had the work permit for another year, which is great. And it's fully legally, and it's a process that you should do. And honestly, it helps you a lot to not only apply the things that you learned at the master's, because just as you graduate, you're confused, you don't know anything, you don't know what's going to happen. But then suddenly things start to fall, to organize. It's like naturally. But you can understand how the business works, the financial situation in a company, especially if it's a nonprofit, for example, it's super important. And you start to understand, okay, what's going to happen if the president changes, and what's going to happen if the mayor changes, and what's going to happen with the people here, and how the local community contributes to a lot of stuff. So once you jump from the theory on the school, then you jump to the real life living here. It helps you grow a lot, helps you understand a lot, especially if you're an international person. I think that the whole experience of moving to another country is just impressive. At the beginning, it's hard. I'm not gonna say that it's super easy and it's not the best. But then after a few months, you get used to it. You get to start to build your community here. You start to get your friends here, and it's really good. So that's my experience. It was really good from the beginning. Well, I didn't miss a single date, thanks to the people in international and in the School of Business and Economics. And I'm very happy just to say that I'm here and I'm continue working. Regarding the connections and the friends that I was able to make here, being in a small group, for me, it's the most important thing, because I was coming from another university that I was among 120 other students. And it was a mess, because you don't have enough time to get to know people, to make connections. You don't have enough time to have a beer if you have 120 people in your cohort, and also a bunch of work to do, and also you have to study for your master. So when they told me that it was going to be a less than 20 people, 20 something, I was super excited, because I said, well, great, because the teacher is going to have more time for me instead of just dividing the attention to 100 people. So I was super happy I was stuck with that. And I was able to get to know each and every single cohort member or friends or peers, students at the same time. And it was great because, for example, I was with another girl that was from Spain. We get to become really close friends, and I'm proud to say that she became one of my anchors here. She became my right hand, because we were the only ones that spoke Spanish, which was weird, but it was perfect because it helped me feel way better. It helped me situate, or it helped me relax when I didn't understand something. I was able to ask her. But the rest of the cohort took me a little bit longer to get to know them all, but in the process, I was surprised with a bunch of people that are super big heart. They have a super big heart, and they are super excellent human beings. I cannot say other thing. Of course, you're gonna find people that you're not gonna like. Probably it's the normal process. But I can honestly say that in my cohort, I was super happy. They became not only friends, they became like a small family for me, because of course, being international, it feels like you left everything back. But no, the moment you arrive here and you get to start your masters, you start to feel that you're part of something. You don't know what, you don't understand it, and it's normal, but you're being part of something big. And it's not only the cohort, but also, again, the school, the professors, the staff. They help you feel really good, especially if you're an international one or coming from another state, which is similar but not the same. Thinking about what I'm going to do when I graduate was one of the biggest questions that I had. It was a tough one because not only the pandemic hit, but I was coming from another country. I speak Spanish as my main language, and it was like questions and questions and questions. And not only me, because I had dependents on me. I had my wife here that I need to provide, and it was really tough at having that question for the most part of the masters. But as soon as I graduated, I started to feel the support of all my cohort, my friends, my peers, and I got the job thanks to my friends. Basically, I got this job at Sonoma County Wine Growers Commission. I do the marketing and engagement manager position, which is very unique because I'm the only one that speaks Spanish in the commission, which is great because there was a bunch of my work is related directly with the farm workers, with the grape growers, and well, most of them speak Spanish. So I was the liaison between them and the commission. And it was great because I was able to create programs to support them. For example, an employee recognition program to just select the best workers in the field every month. That's a really cool thing to know. And when I was able to do that, I actually was able to take their pictures and to film some video with them. And I was, of course, the translator for everything. It was a really weird sensation, and even I have the goosebumps when I tell this, because you can actually tell that they were super excited of being recognized as the best worker of the month. Even that for us, probably we were kind of used to that, but for our farm workers, this is something huge. And when they hear somebody that spoke Spanish with them, they were super excited and say, hey, so you understand? Well, yes, of course, I understand. I don't understand probably your feeling, but I do understand you, and I know what it means. So I was able to translate that sensation or that emotion to my boss and to my team, and they were super excited because they were saying, "Oh, now we know how it works, and now we know what they feel, and now we know that we can do this or do that." It's not only about, hey, well, I'm going to translate this paper. It's translating the emotions from the people to the company or to the commission, so we can plan some other projects that actually help them back, which is it's really good. It's a really good sensation, especially coming from a Latin country, and in these times it's very important. And another really interesting stuff that I was able to work with is the vaccination campaigns. I was leading the vaccination campaign in the site. Not that I planned everything, but I was actually helping 750 workers, farm workers a day to get their vaccines done. Between calls, of course, my boss played the biggest role possible. She was handling everything, but I was a person that was in front of them, and I was actually talking to them and translating for them. And there were people that were super scared to get the vaccine, but they say, well, that's what my boss wants me to do, but I don't know what it means. Nobody explained it to me in Spanish. So I play that important position of being the leader of that moment, to say, hey, calm down, it's gonna be good. You're not gonna feel anything. You're not gonna feel bad. It's really good for you and your family. You're gonna be protected. So I was between translation, organizing people, and just basically pushing people to the end and helping them write their numbers to get their IDs. But basically what impacted me the more is I was playing the role of a psychologist, I think, because I was trying to calm them down. There were a bunch of people that were super freaked out and nobody explained that. So thanks to my boss and thanks to my company, I was able to be the point person there in the Hispanic population. So it was really good for me. I arrived to this program without knowing almost anything, to be honest. I wanted to be super humble, to say, I don't know anything. Everything that I'm gonna learn here is gonna be for good. So I didn't expect it to meet a bunch of people that actually helped me to grow more. And I'm talking about not the professors or the staff of the school or whatever. I'm talking about all the people that I was able to meet outside that make me realize that, okay, this is big and I'm learning a lot. I didn't plan to do something like in a mission. Of course, nobody knew about the pandemic. Nobody knew about the borders closing. Nobody knew anything. Actually, I haven't seen my family for a couple of years, and it's something really tough for me. But I didn't plan for everything. I didn't plan to become a missioner, or I'm going to help a bunch of people. I didn't even know that the farm workers had so many problems, like most of the people here. It's not until you get into the weeds and how things work that you realize that there is a bunch of things that you can do for others. And that's something that I've done all my life. I like to do it. I like to care about people because just basically I'm just like that. I care for people because I hope that I want them to be better, to get better. If I know that I do that, I do it with the only purpose to help. Regarding to the program, I never expected it to be like that. I never expected to be like, hey, I'm gonna do this because initial fact, because I didn't know what was gonna happen in the US. I didn't know how it worked, the whole business, the community. I didn't know anything. It's not until you arrive here that you start to learn how people are actually interested in you, and when you're aware of your superpowers or what you can do for others, it pays back automatically. It's some nature thing for me, but no, I didn't plan for anything. I was just planning to have a really good time and to have the experience of living abroad. And if I was able to make a bunch of connections in the wine industry, why not? It's part of that, and it's good to be like that. So I was able to do both, and now I'm super thankful. I'm super happy, and now I actually have a clear path to move forward. Even if it's this year or next year, it seems easier for me to know, okay, this is what I like. For some reason, I forgot between college and the master's was like 10 or 15 years apart. But I didn't have a clear path. Now I have it, and I say, okay, I'm very good at doing this. I'm maybe not good at doing that. But if I keep on doing what I like, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna feel like I'm not actually working. I'm having fun. And that's what I did. It worked really, really good. And I will be happy just to continue moving to another options to, for example, if in a few years I need to move from the US to, let's say, Canada or Australia or the UK or Spain, I would be so happy to do that. And I think my mentality of helping others and my mentality of saying, okay, I'm not doing this just about the money. I'm doing this because I just love what I do. And having my wife as the biggest supporter, it helps me a lot to just continue doing what I love. And yes, I would be so happy and open for anything that it's coming in the future.